Greetings, everybody. So my background is criminal defense work. My area of social justice work tends to be criminal justice, racial justice, and areas in that venue. I was 10 years a public defender in Washington, D.C. My specialty within that is the death penalty. Since about 1982, I've been working on capital cases around the country, mostly on post-conviction level. And then since coming to Santa Clara, I actually have a program where we train lawyers around the country to defend capital cases. We're a Jesuit institution, so we don't train anyone who wants to kill people. We train those who will try to save their lives. Within the death penalty, there's a lot of work to do, both in terms of legislation work. Right now, we have a governor who's declared a moratorium, but more criminal justice bills passed the legislature in the waning hours. And so there's a lot of lobbying to do with the governor. One involved limiting people who can be executed. One involved jury selection and not applying it in a racially biased manner. And that's the one that's actually going to be a big fight with the governor. One involved just the Racial Justice Act, which is a huge issue in terms of him having to review cases from a racially justice perspective. And finally, there was one involving disciplinary hearings in jail and the people in the prison having to get actual evidence before they discipline someone instead of just rumors and innuendo. But this fall, my most important work is probably going to be about the election. And those of you who are interested, there is a lot of get out the vote work, even though it's done remotely, that's going to be possible. Putting together materials for people that can be everything from write postcards, write letters, make phone calls, volunteer to be a poll watcher on election day, because the usual demographic for that is over 80, and a lot of those people aren't coming out. Be a poll monitor to make sure there are not problems that take out. And so I will try to put together materials that then students can pick and choose. And finally, what can you do as a student? Tons. And we will try to make a lot of that available to you through the Center for Social Justice. It's a wonderful partnership with lawyers, business students, engineers who find technology solutions to public interest organizations. Everything this year is going to be a little more complicated because it's all remote, but if you bear with us, we're going to try to find ways to adapt it. I believe the center is going to again do social justice pro bono placement that allows especially first-year students to be placed with organizations, so you don't actually have to find them even for as little as 5 hours a week. That happens in the spring. So this fall, you really want to focus on your studies and focus on getting out the vote work, because we got to leave it all on the table this fall, or it's, you have no one to blame but yourself. My last pitch about death penalty work is, while in California, we're in a bit of a hiatus that hasn't stopped people from seeking the death penalty and having trials. And for example, in Wyoming, conservatives against the death penalty, it looks like Wyoming may move over to the no column, but there's even remote work that you can do with social media if anyone wants to get involved with that. And my last thing is I'm just going to give a shout out, because welcome people in tech and business and transactional work, because social justice is not just what you do every day, it's part of who you are. And we don't want to talk everybody out of going to big law. Go to big law, make lots of money, but then turn some of it into social justice work.